there, my name is Terry Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Deco Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. And I also work toward inspiring others to make their own designs through my wreath making courses. And today I'm down here in the shop and I wanted to work on something spring. And I thought I'm going to make a spring floral wreath. It's cold outside. It's supposed to get worse tonight here in Indiana. And I wanted something to just make me think about spring. And the inspiration for this wreath is going to be these gorgeous pink cosmos, and we're going to add some other goodies onto a grapevine wreath. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to make something bright and cheery today. I've been working on Valentine's, Mardi Gras, and that stuff for a while, but I wanted something different today and just kind of brighten things up. I'm just anxious for spring. And anyway, these cosmos are probably one of my most favorite flowers. They come in so many gorgeous colors and all kinds of sizes, but I saw these the other day and I just had to have them. I do have some, normally I have a wreath that I make with some darker pink, kind of like a hot pink, but I haven't been able to find those yet this year, but I thought these would really work well too. They kind of have a more almost like a lavender or a fuchsia color in the center of them, and then the yellow. I just thought they were gorgeous. And got some other things. I don't know if we're going to use them or not. I've pulled this, I think it's a cherry blossom. It doesn't say on here. I think it's cherry blossom, or I don't know. Somebody help me out if you know. But I use this. This is a Hobby Lobby stem I use pretty often in my spring designs. There's all kinds of different ways you can tear it down and piece it together on a wreath. And I think it adds a lot of texture. It has these like mossy little twigs and all these curly cues that go off of it. So we might use one or two of these. I don't know. And then I'd already gone ahead and made my bow. And of course it has the pink with it, but you can see it also has this purple in it. I just love this ribbon and this ribbon combination. So I thought I'd throw in some purple or some lavender, and I pulled this bush originally. This is also a Hobby Lobby bush, but I pulled that one originally, but I kind of looking at, I don't know, it might be a little bit too pale of a lavender. So I also found this one that I had. It has these little spiky, I think it's like a foxtail maybe, but I thought we might use that instead, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm making the design on a 14-inch grapevine wreath, and I've already gone ahead and cleaned it up. It was a mess. It was absolutely full of leaves, so I took some time. I still didn't get it completely, but you don't have to get them completely clean, but this was terrible. But that's just part of it. I mean, I hear people complain about it, but it's just part of it. I mean, you can waste a lot of energy getting upset about it, but you just got to go ahead and clean them out and go on. That's just part of it, like I said. But I really like this one because it's really nicely spaced. The vines are not too tight and they're not too loose. In fact, I went ahead and I placed these ficus leaves. I like to use ficus leaves as a backdrop in a lot of my spring and summer wreaths. But I could place these, and I don't know if I have any more of those bushes, but the stem is pretty thin, and I didn't have to put a pick on it, so that was perfect. Whenever you put your stems in, you want to feel just a little bit of resistance so that you're sure that you've got a good contact with the glue, and it's going to, stay in there pretty securely. So Jamie's wanting to know how many ficus stems did I put on this wreath. So far, I've just used 2. I don't know. I might add more, but I like to start with just having a backdrop. But anyway, I put 2 of them in there. Okay. All right. So first, I'm going to go ahead and make a decision on this cherry blossom. And my plan is, you can see I've got a transition zone right up here. My plan is to put a bow here and then the florals on either side. I did bring along a sign also, It's one of my smaller signs because you know you couldn't put a great big wreath or great big sign on this wreath. But I've got this hello sign that we might put on there too. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes, right? So, all right. Let me get the price tag off of this. Have you guys seen these cherry blossom? Or I'm calling them cherry blossom. I'm assuming that's what it is, but I'm not sure. But have you guys seen these at Hobby Lobby? I really like them. Let's see. I'm thinking, you know, since I just have a 14-inch wreath, although you can see it's going to extend to be a pretty large-sized wreath. You do that by extending your florals on out beyond the grapevine. But that's why I'm thinking I might be able just to get by with one of these sprays. So let me, I don't know if my bolt cutters will work on this. Let me see here. We'll try this, and if not, I'll have to get my big cutters out. So, hey Karen and Bonnie, how are you guys doing? What's the weather like where you guys are? Like I said, I'm so tired of cold weather. I'm gonna get my bolt cutters, my big heavy duty. Some people get one of the floral stem cutters. I just get this at Lowe's, and it, like some of these bigger sprays or bigger, thicker stems, it just cuts them like butter. So, okay. All right, now let's see what we're going to do here. We'll go and we're going to we're going to fluff all these here. All these little stems. Make sure you pull them out so they're not flat. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Sharon. There's another Elizabeth. How are you? Jewel? Oh, no. Karen. I'm going to shut up. Karen says it's only 21 degrees in Michigan. So I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to complain anymore. It's like in the low 30s here. So, all right. I'm just going to place this and make a decision whether I want to use it or not. But see how big I can make that wreath just by extending, you know, like I said, it's a 14-inch grapevine, but you can really extend the size just by, you know, extending your goodies out beyond the wreath. Hey, Pam. All right, and I'm just going to, like I said, just fluffing these just like we do any other spray. Make sure you take a hold of each one of these little branches. Fluff it out so it's not just flat like it's sitting in a container on its way from China like it has. Okay. All right, I think I like that. I think this little hint of the small blossoms is going to be really pretty. The only thing I don't like on this stem is this stem here where the little blossoms are is the only part that isn't wired. And so wherever you place it, that's where it's going to be. It's wired back here at the base where you can bend it a little bit. But it'd be really nice if they would put wire down in this part, but you can't. You can't do anything with it. You just gotta work with it. So, okay, I think I like that. And this is kind of a thick stem, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use a zip tie on this one. And I'm kind of using this branch, right? Whoops, I want this to go this way. I want it to kind of wrap around and I want it to kind of trail down off of here. So I'm going to take my zip ties and secure that to the wreath now. Just going to grab a few of the branches here, or the twine, vines, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to tighten it down completely just yet. I'll make sure that I like where I've got it. I'll make sure that I've got enough room for my bow. I do. So let's get another zip tie and get this guy fastened on there. I'm just tacking it on right now, and then I'll get a little bit more secure once I make sure that I like where I got it. Okay. And I do that on my heavier stems. You could try to glue it in, and it probably would work okay. But I like to always be double careful that that my designs stay the way I want them to. Okay. All right. I've got a zip tie up here. I'm going to come down here and get it on there too. Sometimes you just got to be patient with these little guys. They just don't want to go where you want them. And anytime I'm using these zip ties, I go back and I put some moss over the top of it. But all right, I like that, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. Trim off the end here. All right, so let's put another zip tie on that one. I try to find one of the thicker stems to try to connect it to. And put it right underneath of there. Okay. All right, so let me pull it tight again. And sometimes I'll use my needle nose pliers to do that. Tighten it down real good, but you got to be careful that you don't break your grapevine too. So, hey Charlene, hey Ethel May, how are you? Oh, zooming in, I sure can, Ethel May. There we go. All right. So that's what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a little bit of moss over those zip ties. I'm just going to put a little hot glue over the top of a little ball, a little moss ball. If you guys hear anything that sounds like a bomb going off here, across the road they are cutting down a bunch of trees, and our house shook one time. They dropped one just a little bit ago, and that, of course, I could hear the dog going off right now. He's going to go up and check it out, but they just dropped one again. But we have two new neighbors on either side, and so I'm not sure what they're up to. Like I said, it's not a bomb going off. It's just trees dropping. Right now, anyway. So, hey, Linda and Carol. How are you guys doing? So, who else has really cold weather this week? I know Ethel May, you probably do, don't you? What's the temperature up in Canada? I know every time, all my life, I've always tried to think, whenever you're complaining and worrying about yourself, there's always somebody else that has it worse, right? That's what I got to think about whenever I'm worried about the cold weather. All right, so there's one more that I missed here. Oh, right here. You know what I was thinking? You could almost just make a wreath out of some greens and these cherry blossom sprays. I'd probably put 2 or 3, probably 2 more on it. Wouldn't that be pretty? And just be done. Or make one and make it just go all the way around. That'd be really pretty. Okay, now I want to go ahead before I get too far gone, and I want to put my bow on. I don't know what I'm going to do with the tails just yet. my feeling is I'm just going to kind of let it have the bow and then let the, the florals speak for themselves. But I'm going to go ahead and put this on before I put my cosmos in. And like I said, I went ahead and I made this before the video. It has the 14-inch grapevine, so I had to make sure that I didn't make the bow too large. And I used the biggest loops are about 5 inches. The smallest one's about 2, or not 2. The smallest one's about 3 inches. Okay, all right. And kind of spread out my bow loops here. I just love that color. I love pink. I love purple. I love all kinds of different colors. But like I said, cosmos are about my favorite flower. Sunflowers are real close in there too, but okay. I think I'm going to trim these down. Like I said, I think I'm not going to make the wreath about the bow. I'm going to make it about the flowers. So I think I'm going to trim these down just a little bit. I might come back and add some tails coming out at the top. Actually, I might be able to do that just leaving some of these. Let me see. Well, I'm going to put that one up there. Maybe this one. So I need to probably add another one of the pink and lavender plaid up on the top. But I'm going to go ahead and dovetail them, and then for that I'm just taking my 2 wired edges and folding them together, and then cutting toward the folded edge. I'm going to save these tails, save off what I'm cutting off, because I'll probably use that to bring it up over the top of the bow. Okay. All right. I feel like I missed some tails. I think I did back here in the back, didn't I? Go ahead and trim those off. I always like to bring some tails up over the top of the wreath, just to kind of draw the eye up there with some color. It just kind of, I don't know, brings a little bit of vibrance to the wreath, I think. Vibrance, or I don't know what you call it. A little character. All right, I'm going to curl these out of the way here. I might do something different with them later, but I don't know. Just curling them right around my finger. Okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. Tammy, yes, that is a 1.5-inch ribbon. Both of them are. Yeah, I don't know, I found myself lately liking either 4-inch ribbon or 1.5, or the combination between the two. I've not been using a whole lot of 2.5-inch ribbon, but I don't know. It's probably just a phase. So, all right, now I'm going to put the stars of the show in here. Like I said, I've got this Cosmo spray that is just gorgeous, or Cosmo stem, I should say, is just gorgeous. Let me put this off to the side, and I'm not going to just place it in there like it is. I'm going to kind of spread these out. Let me decide where I want to cut it. To me, the spray is just, or the stem is just very realistic looking, even down to the greenery, the stems themselves. Isn't that pretty? And just like I do on the others, I'm going to, curl them around and make them look realistic. Make them look in different ways. Now, I don't like the way those lay in there, so I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. And I'm just going to place them to start, okay? Hope you guys can see okay. Let me drop it down just a little bit here. Can't see the top, can you? I can't either. Is that better? Yeah, okay. All right. I'm just going to place these to start with and just kind of try them on for size. Maybe have one coming peeking out down here. Ooh, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Might have to get another stem. In fact, I know I will. Okay, let's see where I want to cut these. Trying to keep the greenery with it. So like I said, that does look pretty realistic. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to get it too heavy up here. We already have a lot going on with just what little we've added. So I'm not going to get it real heavy. I want this to be a nice light and airy wreath. I'm going to turn it toward me just a second here. I kind of like that, actually, just leaving it like that. I'm going to bring this one down here. I might add another one right up here, but I don't know just yet. Just trimming down this stem so I can put it into the wreath. Hi, Kay. Kay's wanting to know, did all the florals come from Hobby Lobby? No, this stem did not. These did. The cherry blossom did. And if I use this other bush, this is a Hobby Lobby. This is a Hobby Lobby bush here. They have this one almost every year, but no, the Cosmos didn't, and I don't know. I bought those from a local florist store here. It's just a local to here. It's not a chain. All right, let me look here. I do actually, if my spring order ever gets here, which is supposed to be here next week, it's supposed to have some Cosmos in it. But I'm not holding my breath yet. You know how shipping has been crazy this year. You just can't depend on when things are going to be here. Like I said, I'm waiting on all my spring things. I ordered a bunch of grasses, a bunch of florals, and odds and ends. Just getting another stem. I'm just trimming this down like I did the other one. Side where I'm going to cut it here. Okay. I like to be sure to bring florals, bring my florals and my grasses into the center also to kind of fill in the center of the wreath. I don't like to have a whole lot of space in here. Have them all point in different directions. All right, we need some down here. Maybe even just this one. I'm loving it, you guys. Love, love, love it. And I think it's going to work out just fine. I've used 2 stems, and my plan is to put another one here, and I'm still kind of thinking maybe one up here. Let me trim this off. Okay. You know what, Edna? Oh, Sapet, I'm just looking at this conversation you guys are having here about the crafting and supplies. Yeah, that is I just can't imagine not being able to get things where I want it. All right, we'll put these 2 right here. Like I said, I want it to kind of follow and kind of drape off of the bottom of the wreath here. Not sure I like that one right there. We might come back and do something with him. I want one in the back here also. Right about in that space. Okay, I'm going to turn it toward me now. Check it out. I think we need one down here. I might take this guy off right here and might give him another home. Yeah, right up in there. I'll turn this around here in a second. Let me get them all placed here when I'm looking at them. I like that a lot. Almost feel like I need one right in this area too, but I'm going to wait on that. I could always move this guy back there, but okay. All right. Hey, Erin and Jeannie. How are you? Okay. All right. I'm going to go down. I'm going to glue these all in. Okay. All right, get this one here. That's what I do usually with my bigger items like these. I usually do try them on for size just to make sure that, you know, what I have in mind is going to work. Because it doesn't always, believe me, it does not always. Some days I think my name is trial and error. It just. Okay. All right, one more. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of greenery on here after I get all this filled in. I'm starting to think the greenery I did grab is not going to work, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, so glue this guy in. And notice how I don't have my flowers right up next to the grapevine. I've got them out. And that's how you add, dimension, interest, make it look a little bit more realistic. Also really increases the size of your wreath. Okay. All right, I think we're good there. Let me check this out a minute. I'll put just a little bit more glue on that one I just put in and put a little moss over the top of it. I had to move him forward just a bit. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Hey, Claudia, how are you? I hear the dog running back and forth upstairs. I hope he doesn't start barking. Like I said, those guys are right across the road chopping trees down. And he doesn't like anybody to get too close to our house. So I'm going to hang on to these little greens right here, just in case we need them later. Okay. Oh, Ernestine's wanting to know how about the left side of the bow. You're asking about putting another floral here. Yeah, that's what I was talking about a while ago. I'm thinking I might put one right there, but I'm not going to just yet. Now I've got to decide which one of these I'm going to use. I like the color of these better. They're a little bit deeper purple. But I like the greenery and such better on the other one. I think I'm going to go with this one. This is the Hobby Lobby bush. I think I'm going to go with this one. Now I just got to figure out how we're going to split it up here, because it's all just wadded. It's all just one bundle here. And I want to use some of this greenery that's attached to it. Trying to get all of it separated out in a logical manner here. Okay, I think I'm going to do it like that. Might move this over here. Okay. All right. I can probably pull these off. Pull them down a little bit just to give me a little bit longer of a stem. Get my price tag off. Oh, Terry says giving it an itch to plant flowers. I don't think they get very far to this right now, Terry. I know. I I'm ready for spring. Can't wait. I love warm weather, springtime, hot weather. Okay, I'm just going to kind of try this on here, see what it looks like here. Yeah, I like that one. So I'm going to have to use a steel pick to join these two together. You won't be able to see me. So it's down here on my table. But if you haven't seen a steel pick before, I didn't do a very good job joining that, but it just joins these two stems together, these two little branches together, and it kind of beefs up the stem also and allows you to plant it into through the grapevine. Because my stems, I'll show you one next time. My stems are too weak to be just placed in there by themselves. All right, I'm going right back here behind this bow. Trying to find a place to go. There we go. I might come back and trim some of that down. I'm going to wait for a minute. What I was talking about, if I was to try to stick this down in the grapevine, it's kind of flimsy, so it's not going to go where I want it to. So I'm just going to use this to kind of stiffen it up, so to speak. I want to be sure not to cover up my cosmos. I said I want those to be the stars of the show. Okay? I might just use one of these little pieces of lavender just by itself with, well, maybe a little bit of greenery. I was thinking maybe use it by itself right in this area. I don't want one coming out here. I need it a little bit shorter. I can always add greenery later. Actually, I need it shorter than that. Just want it right up in near here. There you go. All right, and I might come back, like I said, I'm still kind of looking in this area to decide, do we want to put another Cosmo back there? Or one of the pieces of lavender, or both. I don't know. I definitely need something back there. Oh, Karen. Karen's wanting to know any idea why a pick machine would send 2 to 3 picks out. Karen, oh my gosh, those things, they are so moody. Mine actually was doing 2 at a time there for a little bit. I had to take all my picks out and reload them, which that is not fun. But that fixed it. I don't know why it was doing that, but I'd loosened the tension, I'd tightened the tension, I'd done everything I could think of, and I just took them all out, put them back in there. Now it's working fine. So what we're talking about is our steel pick machines. They are just moody. All right, let me see where I want to start putting this on the bottom here. Like it back there. I always like to have things kind of peeking out from behind. As you notice, I place this behind. I place some of them more forward. But I just like to, you know, it's something a little bit unexpected and natural looking. This one's actually has two of them together. Two of the lavenders. So maybe I can put that right up in this area. Oh, no, I don't like that. Go right there. All right, we need some over in this area. I have to get the other bush. Oh, thank you, Sue. Thank you. Yeah, I love working with florals. It just makes me happy. Kind of like working out in your garden, you know, but it's too cold. Not that I'm a green thumb by any means. I'm like the opposite. Let's see. I think I'm going to put this behind over here too. I don't want to hide up all this moss, all the mossy, all these mossy branches. I want to be sure that those are showcased. And like I said, I'm definitely not wanting to cover up my cosmos either. Okay, now we need a little bit right here, and then I think we're good on the lavender for a bit. Unless we, like I said, unless we put one back up here. Find a place to stick it. I'm running out of places here. Grapevine's getting kind of tight. All right, I'm going to turn it toward me now and see where else I need to go. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. All right, since I have this little Cosmo right here, peeking out, I want to put one about the same distance right here, just kind of peeking. I'm going to have to grab another stem. I'm just going to use one. And find a good one to use here. I think this one will work. Yeah, right about right there. Maybe a little bit higher. Oh my goodness, I like this. Okay. All right, now, do I need another another piece of lilac or lavender right here? I think we're getting pretty close to being finished. Add a few more greens maybe. I don't want it, like I said, I don't want it to be packed in there tight. I want it to be nice and fluid. Obviously, we're not going to have room for a sign. I'd kind of thought about that, but there again, I don't know. A lot of times I don't put a sign on my floral wreaths. I like the flowers to be the star. Yeah, right there. Right there. Okay. All right, now, like I said, I wanted to put just a few tails of this lavender ribbon going back off of the top of the wreath. And I'd saved this piece. That'll be fine. Actually, I might put two together. If I can find my ribbon here. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite color combos. The pink and the lavender together. And then I think this ribbon is perfect with a little touch of green that kind of ties in the greenery. I'm just making a little ribbon tail here. I'm just going to take a steel pick and join those two together. Yeah, Karen, just now it sent two stems or two picks out at a time. It must have heard me talking about it was behaving. Yeah, and the thing is, you can't find anybody to work on these unless you send them back to the factory. You can't find anybody to work on them. All right, I want that just coming right here, right behind the bow we already have in there. Let me cut these down just a little bit. Because, you know, if they're real long, they're not going to stay up. I might bring one more pink tail right up here. Oh, Karen, yeah, this is for sale. When I do my lives, I always put a pinned post in the comments that will take you to my Etsy shop to purchase this. But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just making it because I wanted to, and then I'll be listing it, or it'll be listed in my Etsy shop. So yes, it is for sale. And that, like I said, there's a link there should be right in the comments to go to my Etsy shop if you're interested. Okay, and I always tell people, I always price them cheaply here because I don't know what I'm going to put in them. A lot of times the price is higher after I get them all, you know, look at all the holes and all that kind of thing, but and fill them in. But yeah, it's for sale. Thank you for asking. I'll put one more ribbon tail here. I'm trying to find there we go. No, that's not going to be up far enough. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Hey, Lori. I don't know, Bonnie. I've done some doozies before. And actually, it was a few weeks back, I did one that on a live that I just hated, and you know, everybody was, or this one lady was really apologetic. I don't like it, you know, and I told her, I said, don't be apologizing. There's some things I make that I don't like, so don't ever think you have to like something. I mean, don't be yourself, right? Like right now, I'm not liking these tails. I'm gonna have to probably redo these, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But we'll have to redo these. I didn't get that purple plaid ribbon in there very well, but all right. Let me look at it now and let me see what else we need to do. I think we need a little bit of the lighter greenery back in this side. That's why my eye keeps going over here. I think every place else I'm liking it. But right in here, I feel like we need some light, this light colored greenery. Let me see what I've got here. Because I pulled some of it off because it was getting too thick, and I didn't want it to be that heavy. Here's a good piece. I can probably put it in there and fix that. Yeah, that's gonna make my eye a lot happier. Let me stick this in there here. Just I just want to cover up that ficus. Cover up that ficus right there. Just kind of lighten that up just a little bit. It was kind of dark. And maybe just a little bit right in here. It's looking kind of packed in there. Let's see what we can do right in this area right here. If you can see. And maybe even right here. Is everybody doing okay? Oh, thank you, Carol. I really appreciate you guys, all the kind comments. I really appreciate it. You guys are always nice to me. Have a nice bunch of ladies. And men, I should say. Hey, Janie. All right, right in this area right here. That the more greenery or the more things you start adding, the harder it is to start placing things in the grapevine. It just starts getting a little bit tight in there. All right, let me look at one more thing here. Maybe right here. All I'm doing right now, I'm just filling in holes. Okay? And there's probably some I missed, but I always tell people after the live, I always come back and I walk away for a while and I come back and then I fill it in where I've missed. It's just hard doing lives and, I'm trying to stand over here out of you guys' way, but sometimes it's easy to miss things. Or like one time, I don't know if any of you guys were out there watching this, but the one time I put my ribbon on backwards, that was funny. Took me a while to figure out what was wrong, but my ribbon was wrong side. The wrong side was facing. It was funny. All right, I think we're good, guys. I said I don't want to pack it tight. I want it to stay nice and airy. You want all these little flowers to show, and all of them just going to be free-flowing, floating there. I love it. And like I said, I think, actually, you know, I said I didn't get all my florals from Hobby Lobby, but like I said, the lavender bush, or I think it's lavender bush was from Hobby Lobby. The cherry blossom spray, that was from Hobby Lobby. And I'm pretty sure they have cosmos. These cosmos did not come from Hobby Lobby, but I'm pretty sure they have some. So, but yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's really pretty. And I'm not going to add any more ribbon. Like I said, I wanted the flowers to be the focal point, not the bow. I wanted the bow just to kind of accent. But, yeah, I think it looks good. So, oh, thank you, Sharon. Oh, thank you, Sally. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you guys all. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Oh, Sharon says, stop. It's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done. I think it looks great. And I'm glad we went ahead with the cherry blossoms. I think they're a good accent, and I like all these twigs that are in there. And like I said, I think you could almost just make a wreath just with that cherry blossom stem. All right, well, like I said, that's all I have for you today. Oh yeah, Christine, yeah, I left the tails curled. Yeah, I like them just like that. And like I said, I'm gonna have to redo these the plaid tails up here. I just don't like the placement of them, but I'll do that later. I'm gonna have to take them out and do them over. But oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Oh, Christine's wanting to know, are there other options for the tails? Yeah, Christine. You can always bring some tails, like loop them down here, loop them up here, or you could just make some long flowing tails. You could put the bow down here, make a little, some florals here, make your transition point here and go around with some long tails. So yeah, there's several options. I wanted the bow to have more or have less attention than the florals in this one, because these are just my favorite. So, oh, thank you, Alma. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thank you.